Hi, this is Paula, and tonight I'm going to be teaching order of operations. Order of operations is a way to make sure that you're going through the correct steps to solve a problem. If there are multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction in the same problem, order of operations will allow you to know which portion of the problem you need to complete first. And one of the ways that you can keep in mind which step to go first is learning the acronym PEMDAS. PEMDAS tells you parentheses are first, then you go to your exponents if there are any in the problem, then multiplication and division, and then finally you complete any addition or subtraction within the problem. This way, utilizing the acronyms PEMDAS, it allows a student to keep in mind the different objects or functions that they need to complete in a problem. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So let's go ahead and try some to be able to learn how to function through the problem. So we're going to start with some easier ones. So the first one is 5 times 3 plus 4. So the first part, we need to first look at the different functions within the problem. So you have a multiplication, and you have an addition. So you'll need to start with your multiplication. So 5 times 3 is 15, plus 4. So then you add the 15 and the 4, and you get 19. The next problem, 7 times 2 minus 5. So again, we look at the functions, multiplication or subtraction. Multiplication comes first by PEMDAS rules. So 7 times 2 is 14, minus 5, that gets you 9. Going down to the next group that we have, you have 10 divided by 2 plus 3. So the first part that you're going to do is your division. So 10 divided by 2 is 5, plus 3 equals 8. Another example is 14 minus 3 times 3. So the two functions are subtraction and multiplication. Again, multiplication goes first. So 3 times 3 is 9. You're going to subtract that from 14, and that will get you 5. So now we're going to do a little bit more complex. These actually have parentheses with them. So within PEMDAS rules, parentheses come first. So we have 9 minus parentheses 7 plus 6, and then you have the closed parentheses. So because the parentheses are within the problem, it doesn't matter what's outside. So the internal function is your addition. So 7 plus 6 is 13, minus 9. It's going to be a negative 4. Then we're going over to our next example. Parentheses, 10 minus 3, close parentheses, multiply by 2. So 10 minus 3 is 7 times 2 equals 14. All right, so we had some more examples that are longer to give a little bit more steps to go through the problem. So you have 1 times parentheses 1 plus 9, close parentheses, plus 1. So now parentheses are first. So you have 1 plus 9 is 10. So that's 1 times 10 plus 1. So now we have to go back through and look at the functions. Your multiplication and addition. Again, going through PEMDAS, you have to do your multiplication first. So 1 times 10 is 10, plus 1 is 11. Then you have no parentheses in the longer problem. 6 times 3 minus 10 minus 5. So you have a multiplication, subtraction, subtraction. So you're going to do your multiplication first because it is the part of PEMDAS that comes first. So 6 times 3 is 18 minus 10 minus 5. So you have 18 minus 10, that gives you 8 minus 5 equals 3. Now another thing that you have to keep in mind when you're looking at the PEMDAS rules is the location of the parentheses. Location of the parentheses can change how the problem is solved and what your answer will be. So I have the same problem here, but I have the parentheses moved into two different locations. So the first one is parentheses 4 plus 2, close parentheses, times 3. So parentheses is the first in PEMDAS. So 4 plus 2 is 6, times 3 is 18. But then if you look at the same problem with just moving the parentheses, you have 2 times 3 within your parentheses. So then you have the 6. 4 plus 6 is 10. So just moving the parentheses in two different places will change your answer. So you have to be very careful that when you're doing the order of operations, you follow the PEMDAS rule. Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. And make sure that you follow and look through your functions before you start your problem.